A prostitute was living in this big old house. A druggie was living in this big old house.
Hey.
You're now listening to a Bobby Jackson beat.
Yeah. Hey. Pop the trunk or open up a...
Well, go on everybody, it's Imanio. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button below and the little bell if you want to stay notified and up to date with future videos. So today I'm going to be doing a little story time about the time I almost died. Bitch, I almost died, okay. So, if you want to know what happened to me, stay tuned. I'm in my natural element right now, like breeze blowing, airplanes are flying. I'm sure a rooster from next door is going to be crowing. Please don't mind, I'm just so this story took place about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I couldn't tell this story, but I can say it now because I am not afraid anymore. It's an emotional topic for me, but I feel like I want to share it because I want you guys to learn something from what I experienced. This story took place when I was in high school. I was boarding, right? There was a time in my life where I basically was homeless because I couldn't find a place to board in Kingston. I'm from Clarendon. Well, I'm not from Clarendon, but I was living in Clarendon with my mom. I couldn't find a place to stay. So I ended up finding, well, my mom ended up finding out about this house in this upscale community. This house was like a mansion, bitch. It was bougie, looking like a sugar daddy was up in there. And I was thinking, okay, well, place look A1, and the lady that was living up in there, let's call her Patsy. She was seeming like really nice, but first of all, she looked like one of those caretakers for a house. Like whenever like people gone abroad, rich old people that leave their house in the care of somebody else until they come back type of situation. But I had noted that the person never came back for their house or anything. It's a bit fishy. But my mom found out about this lady. We thought it was like sent from above. Like we thought that this place would be fine because my CXC examinations were coming up and it was time to be comfortable so that I can finally focus. Like the girl needed to focus. So I lived at this place for a few months, and at first it was really good. Like it was good vibes. The lady seemed nice. She was like, oh, come, you can stay in my room. I'm not going to charge you no whole heap of money. Like, she's like, oh, I will make sure that your daughter gets her dinner, and I'll put on the kettle for her to make her tea in the morning. So I was like, thank you. I would get ready for school every morning. She would wake me up at 5 o'clock. She'd actually wake me up. Like, your girl got woken up. She would put on the kettle. Everything was Gucci. I would make my breakfast. I would go to school. I thought things were okay finally because it was like a rough time for me before. Because I had to be traveling to school. Because I traveled 2 years of high school, and for the other 3 years I was boarding. If you want story times on the other boarding experiences, like, go in the comments below and let me know if you want to hear it. So anyway, yeah, so basically what had happened was that this lady was living with, like, a lot of people were living in this big old house. A prostitute was living in this big old house. A druggie was living in this big old house. Her grandson was living in this house, which I only knew his name. He wouldn't speak to me any at all, and he was my age. I just found it strange. I don't know. He never spoke to me, and it was fine. It was okay. And her daughter was living in the house. I don't know if I said that before. So all of these people, plus she had a person renting a room in the house. So it was like a lot of people, and I was like, okay, whatever. So her daughter began to, after a while, she started to hate on me. No, I'm not saying she's hating on me because I'm better than you. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. She would watch everything that I have on, that I wear. She would look at my hair. She would judge everything. Everything. If I leave the house, whatever my mom would buy, she'd look at, like, she would just be jealous. She'd eat out my stuff like that. One day, her daughter, let's name her daughter, Patsy's daughter, Keisha. So Keisha invited her friend over one day, right? And this friend was a real ratchet friend. First of all, as I said before, you see this house, it doesn't match these people. It's a ratchet family. When I tell you, it's like, they don't match. And I'm all about, you know, you can come from the bottom to the top, but they weren't working. Literally, she looked, the lady Patsy, she literally looked like she was like the maid. And her daughter, like, the clothes, nothing never matched, because this house was real bougie, nice, like all these rich people furniture in the house, you know, chandeliers, nice, like flat screen TV, all these old rich looking nice couches. And then you would go into their room and then you'd see some little piece of furniture and you'd see some ratchet clothes. It was just off. First of all, and they used to joke about scamming, so sips tea. One day, Patsy made dinner for us. She made like a whole heap of food, a lot of food. It was like yam, banana, and some brown chicken. So all my Jamaicans know about that. Say, some good food, right? So she shared out the plates with the food. And she was like, Iman, everybody come through the food. So I just took up my plate of food and I went to the dinner table. I was like, okay, time to smash, time to eat and indulge, because I really look forward to my dinner every day. You know, nothing is better than mom's cooking, but I'll settle for this brown stew chicken. You feel? So Keisha came over to what I was eating and she was like, why are you eating that plate of food? I was like, I just took up a plate of food, man. I just took up a plate of food and I was eating. She's like, oh no, it's my friend's food and you shouldn't have taken that food up. First of all, let me just chop the patter right now, because this is what really took place. Where I take up the food there for, you know, sister have food. And we buy the food there, my friend buy the food, and she's supposed to eat the piece of yam there, and she's like, cutting, gal, hey, gal. And I'm just like, okay, because I'm this type of person, like, I don't like confrontation. I'm just like, okay, I just ate the food. I ate it already. The food is already digesting in my stomach. What do you want me to throw it up? So I was just like, at this point I was irritated. So I was like, what you want me to do? You want me to call my mom and tell her to give you back the money for the food? If you want back that, or you want her to buy some yam or some banana for you to get back the food? What you want from me? Like, what's really good? You're a grown-ass woman and you're quarreling with me. Why? Why? Tell me. Let me know why. It goes on babbling and she's cussing me out and cussing me out, pointing in front of my face like she wants to fight me. And it was scary. Like, Patsy, the lady who was supposedly so nice, she was not defending me in any way, shape or form. She was actually there laughing. She was laughing to scorn. She was that ratchet woman. So I was just like I noticed, like, everybody I come downstairs, come look at this like it's a fight about to go on. So I was just there, like, I called my mom and I was like, this is happening, whatever. My mom is quarreling and she's just saying, like what you know want? Like, I can pay back for the food if she did eat the wrong plate of food or whatever, but it's just food. It's food. Why are you fighting over food, man? That's like savage behavior. It's food. It's food. I understand that there are some people that like deprived, basically food deprived, so I'm guessing that's why she's acting like that, but there's no reason to act like that over food. That's a disgusting type of mentality. They're cussing me and I cuss her back and I storm into my room. Little did I know that was the beginning of a nightmare. I talked to my mom and she was like, hey man, I'm going to find a place because you have to get out of this situation. I can't leave my daughter in this situation because safety is about to come up and this drama is happening in the house. This house began to get a very dark, eerie feeling. This lady used to talk about a lot of stuff like Obi and those stuff, which I didn't know. I didn't know anything about this stuff. Like, I'm just like a child. I don't know anything about any Obi or prostitution. Prostitution ring was running in there, scamming. Like, how did you get this place, lady? It don't add up. It don't add up. Like, drugs out, weed head in the house. I could have been raped. There were 2 doors to enter into the bathroom and the doors couldn't close, so I would have been raped, you know, could have been killed. Anyways, this place was a real nightmare and I was getting scared. Right now I'm actually like having anxiety just to think about the fact that I really could have died. I was having nightmares about it. I was not feeling comfortable. I would stay in my room like all the time. It was crazy. It was not a good vibe. Things were winding down when my mom was trying to find a place for me. Patsy prepared dinner. Now, I didn't even think about it. As usual, I ate the food. So I ate the food, and that night I was throwing up. Like, my stomach started to feel erupted and I was just vomiting. Even I vomited until it was time to get ready for school the next morning, and I realized something was off. This lady put something in my food. Like, she literally put something in my food. I didn't know if it was something to poison me, and all I knew I was vomiting it up. Like, mommy told me, Iman, don't eat any more food from this lady. I'm coming to get you. Like, this is getting from bad to worse. This is crazy. Like, it's a mad woman. Things are going on. They're acting mad. What to get out? Like the lady Patsy, she washes my clothes like every weekend and everything. My uniform, she ironed my uniform, everything. I went to the back of the house where the line was to go and pick up my clothes. When I was picking up my clothes, I noted there were huge holes. And I'm not talking about no small hole, like a little rip. No, big holes in my school uniform, my tunic, my underwear, holes in it. And I went to Patsy and I was like, this is happening. Like, they're holes in my underwear, holes in my t-shirt. How this happened? What's really good? Oh, she goes, it's a rat. It must have been a rat. You know, rats all over, rats bite clothes. And I'm like, then how come nobody else's clothes don't bite up? So her daughter, Keisha, snip, cut up my underwear, cut up my t-shirts, cut up my things, and actually do have evidence of one of my t-shirts that got cut up. I'm actually gonna go for it and show you. One of the t-shirts that I had when I was there in high school was, you know, this simple Converse white t-shirt. I carry simple t-shirts there, thank goodness, just to like go to like sports day events or like jeans day type of thing. You see this little patch here that I have? I tried to patch it up. Patch. I don't know if you guys can see. It was a big old hole. It was a hole in my t-shirt, and yeah, this lady cut up my, cut up my clothes. Let me cut it up. So at this point, I was telling my mom, and she was like, "No, we have to go. That's our cue. Get out." That's a sign. How many signs can you have? How many red flags can there be, right? Mommy was like, "No, you know what? It's either you even if you have to travel by bus, which was very dangerous, by the way. That's a whole nother story. The whole me traveling to school type of situation, nightmare. How could I concentrate? How could I study and be taking the bus to school, reaching home 11 o'clock in the night type of thing? Deadbeat tired, can't, you know? Day or two later, Mommy and I were planning that I was gonna leave. We weren't even gonna tell them. So I was at school. Mommy come pick me up from school. Went to the police station. They said they would escort us. We told them the whole story, and they said that this is dangerous. You need to get your child out of there. Like, this lady can actually do very severe damage to your child. She can harm your child. Anything could happen, right? Because remember, this place is a dangerous place. And this lady, her prostitution, horror type of thing, was recording stuff. Her daughter Keisha was recording stuff. The boy was there. They were all laughing, jeering, going on, carrying on, doing the most, really. The stuff, like, I was just gathering the stuff, trying to get out of there. Like, we eventually got out of there. Afterwards, this lady was sending threatening messages, saying she'll kill us. She's gonna send somebody to kill us. Talking about I stole from them hair oil. First of all, bitch, your hair is dry, looking like a... Why would I steal your hair oil, lady? Miss, I had my own hair product. Everything personal, I had it for myself. My mom made sure she provided it. So why would I steal your stuff? I don't use that. I use like proper moisturizer and stuff like that. So I use Care. Like, don't... What am I doing with your olive oil? With your petroleum in my process here? What am I doing with that? It was really scary. I literally had nightmares even after that because I was traumatized. I was really young and anything could have happened, and I don't want anybody to comment anything saying like my mom really should have just taken me out of this situation. We really had no choice. I needed to do my safety examination. It was hard. When you see, if you're not in the situation, I'm telling you, you're not going to understand. There was a lot going on within the house that I don't think there's enough time for this story, but this is basically how I almost died. I could have died. I could have been raped. I could have been poisoned to death. I could have been like human trafficked into prostitution because prostitution was going on in there. High class, top-notch vehicles, some Benz BMWs, Range Rovers were pulling up in the house, in the yard, to pick up this girl around my age. Like, these things were going on in the house. There was a drugged out guy. He was going to university, and all of us, he kind of stopped. I don't know if they drugged him or what, but he got crazy. He wasn't going to school, wasting his parents' money. Patsy even had a tenant in the house, and she literally cussed the tenant out, treated the tenant like she was acting crazy. She used to just pick at the tenant until the tenant had to leave, and the way she left is basically how we left. Like, she had to like run out of there. Like, if you're in a situation like that, guys, leave. Don't stay in it like me. Like, anything could have happened. It's just bad news, bad vibes, bad everything, negative energy. Nope. Like, nope. You guys need some God. Okay. That's the story about how I almost died, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that subscribe button below, because a lot more stories to come, because a lot has happened in my life, to be honest, and I want to be able to connect with you guys. This is basically, I want you guys to basically know who I am. This is the real me. If you subscribe and you watch my videos every week, I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Stay Irish.